In this video we are taking a first look at my first ever knife made by André de Ville, a South African knife maker of both fixed blades and folders. This particular one, the Ronin 2020 version, should be visible perhaps, is produced, I believe, by quite renowned Reich, mostly known for their integrals, which this also is. So the design is André de Ville, but actual production is Reich knives. Super smooth action, both opening and closing action. Almost, like hydraulic of sorts. CPM S35 VN steel, titanium handle, satin blade, satin handle with some, more or less mirror polished parts to the handle. So it is kind of plain when it comes to actual colors, but in terms of, details, milling details and, just overall fit and finish, quite a spectacular piece of work or piece of art, I'd say. So this one is obviously a frame lock, which can be seen here with a semi-solid lockup. Absolutely no locks, lock stick or lock rock. Super smooth. In terms of blade centering, let's take a look as well. Pretty much spot on perfect blade centering. So there's a lot of details going on with this knife here. Let's speak a little bit about the ergos here. I do like choils and finger grooves when they work with my hand. I have size 10 in gloves, so let's place this one here. So semi-large hands. You can see it's almost like it was custom made for me. Super nice grip. You have some extra space here. Then again, as you can see, it is, one more finger wouldn't have been very nice, to be 100% honest, but surely I could have had slightly larger hands and it would still have worked, sufficient. But the way it is right now is perfection for me. You also have some jimping going on here on the spine, which makes, for some, it's not super aggressive, but you do have some friction, giving you a slightly, more firm or better grip. Let's talk about the choil area here. So let's place, you can see here, like it was custom made. And then you also have this rounded part here, which goes extremely well with my thumb, placing it like this. And this is a grip I really like, for getting, close work or, getting more detailed work. You could still use the choil, or not the choil, the jimping over here if you like, but it's a bit more cramped. This gives a better grip, no doubt. Pocket clip, right side only. Lanyard hole for those that care about that. I rarely use lanyards. It's not really, something I need. But it goes well together with the rest of the handle design, with the milling here. Oh, was that a raven? Yeah, you see some interesting birds out in the woods. Let's go for some close-up shots here. As you can see, it is sort of a Tanto grinder. I would have actually preferred it to be just, a regular rounded design rather than this Tanto-like design. But this is how the knife is made, and that is just the way it is. Some people prefer this, others not. It's all, personal preferences, I'd say. So let's go over the specs here, and I need to check them out because I'm not really up to date. So I'm gonna have to check that out. Give me a second and we will be right back. But it's not a small knife. Not the largest one I own, not the heaviest one, but it is definitely, you know, in the top of my larger sized knives. Still not overbuilt, you know, like some knives, but specs it is. So let's take a look here now. Let me put it like this. So we have an overall length, a total length of 234 millimeters. We have a blade length of 103 millimeters. If we decide to fold the knife, we get a closed length of 132 millimeters. Taking a look at the blade thickness, as you can see, it is quite a thick blade here. It's actually 4.5 millimeters thick, but we only get like the absolute full thickness on the jimping part here. Then it gets slightly thinner, ever so thin, and then it's, you know, swelling up a bit here, making it a bit more strong and stout, and then goes down to, you know, quite a fine tip, I'd say. So there are some interesting grind lines on this folder here. You also have this this fuller here, which is you know, an interesting looking fuller of sorts. Some people like their, you know, their blades to be more, you know, clean with no fullers or anything like that. I think it goes pretty well with overall design of the knife, to be honest. So the weight of this knife is specified, I believe, to 192 grams. I should probably put it on the scales when I get back home to see if that is correct, but it does feel like, you know, around 200 grams. With my heaviest folders weighing in at around 220 or 230 grams, and this does feel slightly lighter than those. Have I forgotten to mention anything right now here? Perhaps not. I'm gonna make a full video review of this knife. I have a ton of knives to make reviews for right now. I know I have been inactive for quite some time on YouTube, but this is that is just, you know, a temporary inactivity due to illness and due to also becoming a father, which is actually, you know, quite an adventure, but also quite a time-consuming adventure. But you will see a lot of videos being published here these coming weeks and months. Among those videos, a full review of this knife. But let me tell you that this is, in my opinion, a totally awesome knife. You know, I'm super glad I decided to pick this one up. I have been looking at other designs by Andre de Ville, both, you know, mid-takes, full customs, and production. Well, maybe there are no production knives. Maybe it's, you know, maybe this one is considered a mid-take of sorts. I'm not quite sure. But this is the one knife that, you know, really spoke to me. There are other knives that are kind of interesting, but they're also kind of weird or kind of extreme in some senses. But this one, you know, I felt like I took a risk buying this knife due to not the finger choil in particular, because I could see, you know, well that it would work, but due to this, the finger growths, you never quite know how well that design will work for you. Also, they are nicely rounded here, so it's not something that will, you know, cut into your hand or anything. It may not look like the most comfortable of knives, it may look kind of thick here, but it is actually really comfortable. Like I said, it's like it was made for my hand. I will try to get hold of one more of this specific model, and I might go with some different, you know, color variation, maybe like a two-tone color or something like that. If I could, I would like to have it in like black and pink, or satin black and pink, or something like that, anodized. but we will just have to see what's available, what I can get my hands on. But super happy I picked this one up. I should have done it a lot earlier, and I'll see if I will get my hands on any other knives made by Untitled Will. This one did give me, you know, a taste for his work and designs. Although I will agree, like I stated, some of his knives are, you know, a tad bit extreme, even by my standards. And for those that have, you know, followed my videos or my channel for some time, they know I, you know, generally don't like, you know, super large heavy knives. I usually go with smaller knives, thinner blade stocks, or spine thickness, more, you know, slicer knives of sorts. I'm not saying this won't slice. I haven't, you know, put it to the test yet, slicing fruits, vegetables, meat, whatever, but I definitely will in the future. But I felt like I really wanted to make this video to get my channel going again, and I thought this would be a nice video to jumpstart the channel once again. So once again, look at the details, the milling, a lot of milling work going into this one. I also like the pocket clip here. It just goes super nicely or well with the overall design of this knife. I like the milled out part here around the pocket clip as well. It's just, you know, a really nice looking knife, you know. It's, and like I said, it may just be, you know, gray or silver like, but you know, the different, you know, polished parts really makes up for some nice contrasts of sorts. Here we also see some jimping going on here on the flipper tab. In terms of reverse grip, makes, you know, really nice reverse grip. Not that I probably will ever use a reverse grip, but it does, you know, it does have a really solid, you know, feeling in a reverse grip. Like this blade ain't, you know, it ain't going anywhere now. It's, you know, tightly secured. Reverse grip with the choil, well, that's not something I would do. It seems kind of random and, you know, semi-stupid. But, you know, reverse grip like this, yeah, I mean, for those that think that is useful, well, you know, then it will get the job done, no doubt. So, taking a quick look here, trying to see if I forgot to mention anything. Not really. I think we covered most of the aspects. The only thing we can do now is to actually put the knife to use, but that will be in another video, a future video. Yeah.